So we decided to do a live action casting for Hercules, using Disney's animated version as the template. We're going to go back and forth on each character, and we're basically just going to see who came up with a better movie. So I had a lot of trouble with Hercules. I there's only a couple people that I thought of, and Michael B. Jordan was one of them, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to do a Cinderella race casting thing. Yeah, but I ended up going with Taron Egerton.
You didn't want to do a what?
I didn't want to do the Cinderella like.
I thought you were just gonna slip the cast. What the fuck did you just say?
Well, I guess because really all that mattered. I had already cast Hercules' dad, even though that's not super fucking important.
Oh, so you mean like the parents being, and then having a Filipino.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh, no race mixing in this.
Wait,
but no, like you know who Taron Egerton is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I don't agree.
It depends too, because I thought about this as I was doing it. If they have to actually do the singing, ding, point there, because he can actually do the singing.
I mean, I guess.
Who did you go with? Michael B. Jordan?
No. I considered Michael B. Jordan, but I ended up going with a lesser-known individual. His name is Alfred Enoch. You would know him best as Dean in Harry Potter, a.k.a. the only brother that you see in the Harry Potter series. Ginny Weasley's boyfriend.
What's he done since then?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Your movie's not going to make anything. Nobody wants to see...
I'm not worried. I'm worried about doing good casting, not making money.
Well, it's not just about...
Disney, you sold
Yeah, but no, people gotta want to see your movie. I don't want to see Dean. I don't even remember Dean.
First of all, he's been in something else. I thought of Sorry to Bother You.
I was gonna cast Lakeith Stanfield. I thought he's just a little bit too string beanie. But he was
too string beanie. I felt that he looked a little bit too old.
Yeah,
my thing is
he also doesn't have that that youthful golly gee whiz type stuff to him.
He looks like a little too.
Okay,
old. I don't even mean like he looks haggard and depressing. I mean like he looks.
Because those were my main
mature.
Things that I was looking for was kind of the golly gee whiz energy, and I wanted somebody who kind of looked the part, and I can't find anybody that Tom Holland is kind of the obvious golly gee whiz person.
See, I am not as deep into Tom Holland as.
Well, you also have you even seen the Spider-Man movies?
But look at this. Super
I get it.
Whiz energy.
Okay, you might tell me. I just have not seen that dude do anything. He has
the capacity to
be
swole.
I watch a lot of movies, and I do not know him from nobody. So, anyway, let's move along.
I don't know why you have to just immediately be like, your movie's not going to make money.
So, point one for me.
No.
So,
isn't this going to a vote anyway?
I mean, yeah, the people can vote on this if they want.
I feel like over.
So Meg is next.
Yes.
I didn't spend a ton of time thinking about this. My qualifications for Meg was basically just that I wanted a woman that seemed kind of sketch, but also could fit the romantic.
It's like your whole dating.
So there wasn't really.
You're welcome.
There wasn't a whole lot of Florence Pugh. It just.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Can I talk now?
Yes. Why are you acting like I got you in chains? Like you may speak.
No, because my pick is better. That's why. So
okay.
I went with who'd I go with?
I have no idea.
Who'd I go with?
I don't know.
Who?
I don't know.
I do not know.
Just tell me.
Dakota Johnson. I feel Meg should look a little bit older than Hercules.
True.
Because Meg, to me, I have never been into Meg ever. I know she's every youth's hot, wet dream. But Meg never did it for me. She always seemed like the old lady that was preying on teenage
I was always more
Hercules.
of a centaur guy myself.
That's what you were into.
I'm joking,
yeah. But I felt like Dakota Johnson. So Dakota Johnson's actually younger than Alfred Enoch, but I feel like she looks more mature than him.
See, I was gonna say I would immediately. How old is Dakota Johnson?
She's 31 and he's 32. So it's not like a huge
He's 32.
difference. Yeah, exactly. See, he still has that very youthful look to him. But I felt Dakota Johnson could fill that role because she looks older than him. If like anything you know about Dakota Johnson, she's very snarky and sarcastic.
I don't have the crush that you do on her.
Look, I mean, it's not a crush.
I don't have a strong. I don't feel like that's like a strong pick for me. I didn't have a huge take on that.
Oh wow, Aaron doesn't have a big take on a woman role. Shocking.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Hades.
Oh yeah, moving along to a male role that you're way more invested in.
Yeah, of course I love the screamy, funny, yeah.
I own you.
So with Hades, so I had a few, I'll just throw out some honorable mentions here that I want to look at. So I thought of Willem Dafoe. I thought of he would be really good. I thought of J.K. Simmons. I thought I thought of Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon could do the anger, not so much the comedy.
Yeah,
at least from what I've seen.
He's scary.
I went with Edward Norton, which I think I really like that as a Hades.
I like that. He would have to be more imposing.
Yeah, he lacks that.
He's not very like physically threatening, and I mean that in the best way because I also have a crush on Edward
I just think the
Norton.
banter between him and Taron Egerton would be really good. And I mean
the banter between Edward Norton and
I also just went for the less obvious pick because I feel like Willem Dafoe and J.K. Simmons are both kind of like, if you're trying to cast funny, angry, or yelly, funny people, those are a couple of the top choices. So which fifth choice did you pick?
You're fond of me lobster. Which one?
I was shitting on your pick, saying that it would be below my honorable mentions.
Rude.
So what did you go with?
Andrew Scott, of course.
Hot Priest.
Of course, Hot Priest. Of course. You can't say anything because you didn't finish Sherlock. So you didn't get to see him get crazy and angry and absolutely fantastic like I did.
I mean, I love Hot Priest. I just don't necessarily love that choice. Like, I like all of my choices better than that.
Because I think after watching Sherlock, he definitely has the capacity to be shouty, angry, scary, but he's still super comical and has amazing comedic timing. And I like the idea of him having, like, flames on his head. He would look like a cool Hades to me.
Yeah,
Edward Norton,
that's true. Edward Norton's a little old. He would be looking a little sad at this point, and that's something I struggle with. Well, I don't know. He looks like he
doesn't look sad.
When I saw him doing press for like Motherless Brooklyn, like he was looking kind of old, and like Edward Norton's just kind of a miserable bastard. So, my Phil, I love my Phil. I had a lot of Phils that I considered. I went through like Jack Black is the one that I think like physically would match it the best. I thought of like Bryan Cranston. I thought of
no, I don't like that at all. No offense.
I thought of what's his name? Paul Rudd. I thought of but I ended up going with Taika Waititi because I love him as like it's perfect.
Like the coach.
Yeah, as a comedic coach, he doesn't so much have like the gruffness, but like that's chef's kiss. Like, so what's your loser to that?
David Cross.
Who's David Cross?
Some for the homies, some for me.
Okay.
I feel like he would be like, he would fill that role well as, who is, the guy from Liar Liar, or not Liar Liar.
Jim Carrey?
No, the guy from, You Big Fat Liar.
Oh, Paul Giamatti?
Yes.
I thought of him as well.
Obviously.
That was the first person.
Every role he's ever done.
Yeah.
It's Phil. He's Phil in everything.
And that's the thing. So that's the same reason I didn't cast Lakeith Stanfield to a certain extent. The same reason I didn't go with Paul Giamatti. Because like we do this sometimes, and like I pick my boys a lot, and those are my boys. I did cast one of my boys.
Taika Waititi is your boy.
Yeah, but I think that's a really interesting choice. Like, I don't think
that's still your boy.
If you ask people to cast,
so
I understand. But if you ask people to cast Phil, they're not going to be like, oh, that.
I mean, I guess. I like my pick too. I feel like David Cross can embody.
I do. I'm surprised by that. I didn't think you liked David Cross.
I like David Cross.
But yeah, Pain and Panic. I went with a super. So for these,
I had fun with Pain and Panic.
I thought about it. I went with a real basic choice because I wanted a comedic duo. Like 10 years ago, Key and Peele would have been the choice here. I went with Nick Kroll and John Mulaney. They're like the best comedic duo. John Mulaney is what's the jukebox joke? The where he goes and plays the same.
What's up?
Yeah, what's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa. Yeah, and so they do shows together. They have a lot of chemistry. I also was thinking about.
I could see.
I was thinking about gender bending this and like maybe doing.
Yeah, that I ended up gender bending.
Yeah.
Pain.
So
or Panic.
And I also thought about like breaking up the duo.
You
like
can't break up Pain and Panic.
No, I know, no, but I'm saying like not having it be like a real life duo already. Like
Mine
Nick Kroll was my immediate, like for being just kind of a little goblin person, like Nick Kroll.
So rude.
And then I thought about doing, what's the actor Barry?
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. I like Bill Hader a lot.
How did I remember Bill Hader?
I don't know. I lose his name sometimes. So who did you go with for Pain and Panic?
So for Pain and Panic, I did Jenny Slate.
Okay.
Because her voice, I mean, obviously excellent. And then for Panic, it's more of an obscure choice. I know him best from...
unlike your Hercules?
Oh, shut it. I know him best from, once again, a show that you didn't give the time of day, Parks and Recreation.
I'm working on it. I'm on episode 2.
Yeah, after like a year and a half. It's Billy Eichner.
Billy Eichner, yeah.
I feel is how you say that, just because of the way he yells things. Like, who even are you?
I'm not.
It's just so funny.
I'm not super familiar. I feel like I've seen him and stuff, or I've definitely heard his name. But yeah,
I feel like Jenny Slate and Billy Eichner would be incredibly hilarious together. But even if you just use their voices, like if for whatever reason the movie decided to CG these two characters, I feel like Jenny Slate and Billy Eichner's voices alone could carry the.
So did you see them as being CG or did you see them as live action?
I could see them as both.
Same.
Like, I think that's the best way to try and envision these roles.
So moving on with Zeus, I went straight to my boy pile on this one. The only two people I consider for this role were no, I didn't care. I don't care about the buffness really at all. I went with either Jeff Bridges or John Goodman, and I went with John Goodman.
I thought about Jeff Bridges.
I like John Goodman's booming ass voice.
Yeah, I didn't consider John Goodman. I don't know why. I just didn't really.
Yeah, I think most people would go for more buffness. I think than John Goodman.
I do like. Who did you go with? You went John Goodman.
I went John Goodman.
Okay, yeah, I do like that because in the Disney Hercules, he's a statue for most of the movie anyway. He's only like at the very beginning of the movie and the very end of the movie are the only times you see him when he's not a statue, because every time Hercules consults with him, it's in the form of a big old statue. So it wouldn't really matter what the actor looks like. I have a huge problem pronouncing the actor that I chose. So
how embarrassing.
It is. Have you seen Blood Diamond?
No.
God.
Is that from like the mid 2000s?
Blood Diamond with Leo DiCaprio and
I have not seen
whose name I can't say. Jiman.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh my god. You know exactly
Does he look kind of like
who I'm talking about.
I probably do if you show me.
Wait,
so
who did you go with for Hercules again?
Taron Egerton.
Okay.
So while you're looking,
so I'm showing you.
I knew.
You knew exactly who that was.
I just didn't want to say anything that was like dubious of like who he looks like or like. I didn't need to do that. So yeah, I got you on that.
You have to go dig those things.
All right, moving right along. So Hercules' mom and dad.
Herc.
That's what I wrote it for short on here to save space.
Herc.
I know him on a first name basis like that, so it's cool.
No.
So this was like the first person I cast because I just cast him as the dad and everything these days. Mark Rylance.
See, I need you to look that up again.
He's the lawyer in the Chicago 7 movie. He's also in Dunkirk. Mm-hmm. I was about to try to do his accent for a second, and that would have been.
Do not do that.
We're going to war, George.
We have to delete everything we recorded if you do that.
I just said it, but without doing the accent. I didn't even cast the mom because literally made no.
You didn't cast the mom.
She made no impression on me whatsoever, and like.
You're so mean.
I just what can you say about the mom? Like I could have thrown somebody in there. Meryl Streep, fine.
You're horrible.
I don't.
It's the mom. He buys her like a golden palace in the end.
I've seen Hercules a fair amount of times, and I don't like the dad. I remember just because of his look. Like I think that just the hair and kind of the.
He has a pretty cool character design. It's pretty unique.
So who did you go with?
So for the dad, I went for the gentleman that we just saw in The Sound of Metal.
Oh, the
therapist.
The therapist.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Paul Rack.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. He's not well known.
Yeah. I wanted to have the parents be interracial.
Okay.
Just because Alfred Enoch looks kind of like he could be biracial, so I thought it would be appropriate. So I went with Paul. I can't say his last name. Paul R.
You're struggling.
I don't know his last name. And then for the mom, I went with Octavia Spencer.
Ugh.
It's supposed to be because if you remember Hercules, the dad is like a string bean and the mom is fuller.
And that's the only thing. I literally looked up a picture of them and I was like, I'm just gonna cast some big woman. No impression, but like I guess that's not so bad. I like
my picks there.
Just Octavia Spencer for me. I really wish she'd get cast in different roles. I feel kind of bad for her. I mean, sure, she can dry her tears with all her Oscars and stuff that I don't know if she's won. She's certainly been like nominated, but like she always gets cast as like the black
she's
female.
Definitely typecast for sure. And I do think she would fill the role as the mom in this.
That just seems like a very Octavia Spencer.
But the parents are supposed to be older in Hercules because they found him and everything else. I just think those two would really work.
Moving along, because I don't think anyone would really care or have an opinion about who should be cast as Hercules' parents. Hermes, I didn't think about this for very long at all.
Hermes was the first person that I
I just went with Keegan-Michael Key. I just kind of wanted somebody kind of like
that. You still haven't watched Jingle Jangle.
So
you need to get on that because yes, with the singing and dancing and costumes and everything else, Magic Mr. G, you need to watch that movie.
Who did you end up going with?
I ended up going with Timothée Chalamet.
Oh.
I knew you were gonna do this.
I'm shocked you did not cast Adam Driver as Hercules. Just, hey mom.
Listen.
I mean, he's buffing up. I considered it just to be a troll to you. Like, just.
I didn't consider Adam Driver anywhere in here, and I could have.
He just stays in your dreams.
I mean.
Okay.
He does things for me that you can't do.
So, yeah, I don't really care that much about discussing her. And I kind of skipped because we did Muses on our list before that. For the Muses, so...
We skipped the Muses.
Yeah, because I wanted to do them last, because Hermes is not an interesting place to end.
Are not
I'm not
best point.
I'm not sure if I like this or not. I like the first... So immediately when I thought Muses, I wanted to Ginger Bennett and Donald Glover was my immediate... Like, just him...
Ginger Bennett Muses?
Just... Because I see it more of like 90s, like Blackstreet, just like boy band. Like that's the energy I'm bringing to the Muses for this movie.
And I love that idea. And I'm very irritated that I didn't think
Donald Glover, Jamie Foxx, Leslie Odom Jr. Those are the three I went with.
Yours wins.
Yeah.
And yours wins.
I liked it quite a bit with that.
Oh, Muses.
I thought there was three.
There's four Muses.
Oh, well, I'm going with three for mine. That's the vision I had for my film.
But there's four.
Okay.
So, I'm so irritated. My whole thing was I didn't know how well my Muses would collaborate, like how well they would come together and be like cohesive as a group of Muses. But I went with Brandy, Fantasia, Megan Thee Stallion.
I was about to say, did Olivia cast this in 2020 or from your 8-year-old bedroom?
Listen, Brandy is timeless. Timeless. I'm going to repeat all of that just because you wanted to cut me off. Brandy, Fantasia, Megan Thee Stallion, and Zendaya are my Muses.
Zendaya seems out of
Zendaya
place
can
there.
sing.
Can she?
I don't think
I just see her as like
to the level as the rest of my Muses.
I'm not super familiar with her. I mainly know her from the Spider-Man movies where she's just kind of like
damn shame.
Awkward love interest. Like I like her, but that's all I know her from. But so yeah, that's our Hercules movies.